Gas prices don't seem to be lowering anytime soon, so this may be the time to consider a greener option. Here to talk to us about hybrid cars is the executive editor of Autotrader, Brian Moody. Hey, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's great to see you again. So let's start by explaining the difference between hybrid cars and a plug-in hybrid.
So they work on a similar principle. They both use a combination of gasoline engine and electric motors to move the car forward. A traditional hybrid, like say a Honda Accord hybrid, is a car that you just only put gas in. It uses electricity that gas engine generates to get great gas mileage, but you don't ever plug it in. A plug-in hybrid is the kind of car where you plug it into the wall or plug it into a charger, and it can run on electricity only for 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 miles, used only as an electric car. Then when that runs out, it starts to work like a traditional hybrid.
So is a plug-in hybrid a electric car?
It is for part of the time. So it would be more appropriate to call it an electrified car. So they take an existing gasoline-powered car, add electric components, the battery, the drive components, and then it becomes electrified. It is an electric car when you're driving it for those 30 miles. It only works on electricity. The result is you get amazing fuel economy, or if you have short errands every day, you're only driving on electricity with the addition of a gas engine if you want to go on a long trip.
Wow, that's so cool. Okay, so let's go a little bit further into plug-in hybrids. Are plug-in hybrids more expensive, say, than an electric car?
Plug-in hybrids aren't necessarily more expensive than an electric car, but they are more expensive than a traditional hybrid. So the way that you think about this in terms of the price hierarchy is traditional hybrid is going to be the most affordable. Plug-in hybrid is the next most expensive. All-electric car is the most expensive. Think like a Tesla or even some of the Hyundais that are all-electric. Those are more expensive typically than an equal car that's a plug-in hybrid.
All right, so who would you say is the best customer for a plug-in hybrid?
The best person for a plug-in hybrid is a person who has a short commute or who does daily errands around town, say school pickup, shopping, that kind of stuff. And that total round trip doesn't exceed, say, 20, 30, maybe 40 miles. I've driven a plug-in hybrid for about 6 months, and that's how I use the car. And I'm getting 80 miles to the gallon in a Volvo plug-in hybrid. That's pretty good gas mileage, but then when I do want to go on a trip, I have the same car at my disposal. I don't have to worry about charging up somewhere.
So let's talk about the traditional hybrid. Who is the best customer for that type of car?
The best customer for a traditional plug-in hybrid is a person who's a little bit more budget sensitive and who maybe has a long commute or who does a lot of driving, where the cost of fuel and the cost of the car are your primary constraints. So this would be something like a Toyota Camry hybrid, that kind of thing. You could even find a used Prius or something like that. That person would want a traditional hybrid because they're going to get great gas mileage for a very low price car.
Brian, thank you so much for all of that great insight. And if you would like more information, just head to Autotrader's website.